Welcome back to Independent Conversations. My name is Todd, and I'm so grateful that you can make it on this well, early morning my time broadcast. So, guess what I spent the early morning hours looking up? Actual solutions to what can be done safely for this ongoing debt ceiling problem. And guess what I found out, folks? The Congressional Budget Office has several independent resources on how the United States can bring its own deficit spending and the debt ceiling issue under control very easily. Wow! Who knew? Congress knew all along how they can solve long term deficit spending and this damn debt ceiling crap, and it was right on their website. Now, I went through a couple of different articles that they published because are very many ideas on this issue. But now, this is just my opinion, but the safest way to get the debt ceiling or national debt under control is this. And also, please spare me comments about, well, we can just suspend it. Yes, that's an easy fix, but at the end of the day, if we don't solve the actual problem, we could still have this problem come back at a later time with a president that just reinstates it, just like it did in the 60s. So, back to what I was saying. The easiest solution to this national debt problem is this: politicians just need to agree to a number. Instead of just ballooning like the NDAA, the National Defense Authorization Act, and also the government funding bill, set a cap at both of those. They can even do it at like this year, the total figure was 1.7 trillion. Set cap there. And secondly, this is the most important thing that will never happen. Well, actually, I should correct that. It will happen depending on who's in charge. The second most important thing is revenues. You must raise revenues. When have Republicans raised revenues? Go ahead, I'll wait. I don't mean that as a dig, but they believe more in deficit spending. Democrats tend to pay more for their stuffs, because then you have people like Joe Manchin and Kristen Sinema demanding that you pay while Republicans spend like crazy and nobody asks them to pay. Isn't that the most ironic catch-22? So why can't theoretically Kevin McCarthy say, okay, well, we set this number at 1.7 last year. We'll give you the debt ceiling if you just keep that number at 1.7 trillion. Everybody would win. No need to shoot a hostage, so to speak. Please don't take that literally. It's just a metaphor. But we're in an age where raising revenues is the toughest thing in politics. And also, the CBO and also the Treasury data websites have shown that Biden's doing less deficit spending. There is actually, even though most of it is coming down from the fact that we do not have much COVID-19 spending anymore, But some of his policies have gone into effect, and it is starting to show. The government is only, like, for example, for fiscal year 2023 we're in now, we are only deficit spending by 540 billion. Folks, that's remarkable. If we can keep it in the billions, that could easily help get it into the millions and then the thousands. So we have this, they know the solutions, folks. They just don't want to get the glue out of their ears.